guys. Hi guys. Go ahead and take a moment. Come on in. Come on in. So we're going to start today. I just have a couple of things I want to bring up while everybody's getting settled in, getting their mat space ready, logging into the video. I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you guys are all holding up during this time. I just want to remind everybody that cleaning your mat is really important. So if you have a towel at home that you're using, great, wash it after you get done with your practice. Otherwise, go ahead and create your little solution, 1-to-1 water and apple cider vinegar if you have it. Add a little bit of maybe some tea tree oil. It'll make it smell good. It won't have that apple cider smell. You can spray that onto your mat and clean it down every time you're done using it. That way we can keep our healthy spaces healthy and make sure that contact, that no spread is happening on our mats as well. Just also remember to drink lots of water, guys. Lots and lots of water. They're saying one of the biggest issues is hydration. So we want to really stay hydrated. So make sure you're drinking all that good water today, okay? So let's go ahead and get started today in a seated position of your choice. So I'm coming here onto my knees with my feet in line, my legs in line, and I'm going to stack my head over my heart and my heart over my pelvis. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Rachel. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us here on the True page. My home to yours. We're, welcome back in. So let's start with our eyes closed. Bring your palms face up on your lap, wherever you chose to sit. Maybe you're in crisscross applesauce, one leg in front of the other. Just find a way to really ground in and center yourself here on your mat in this space. Start by taking some deep breaths in and out through the nose. Inhaling fully. Good. And exhaling fully, letting it all go. Good. Inhale fully. Maybe this time you open your mouth and exhale, let everything go. Good. On this next inhale, really lift up from that pelvic floor. Lift up from that sternum. Really let the front part of your body lift as you ground down through the backside. Inhale. Good. Open the mouth. Smile a little bit. Exhale. Let it go. Good. Start to come into this place, guys. Into this space where we breathe in and out through the nose. Starting to focus and concentrate that breath. Starting to lengthen those inhales as you deepen the exhales. Really letting everything out of that belly. Start to think about this as a rinsing of the toxins out of our system. Inhale fully. Really fill that belly up with air. Maybe you pause at the top and hold that breath. Good. Exhale, let it go. Good. Smile, open the eyes. Draw your hands together at your heart center. Bring the elbows out to the sides of the room. Good. Bring the chin parallel with your mat. Think about lifting up from that pelvic floor, really stacking head over heart and heart over pelvis. Now smile. Have fun, you guys. Let's start flowing. So come onto your mat and stack your arms, stack your knees, coming into that tabletop position to start. Now make sure that they're creating two parallel lines with those legs behind you. Think about grounding in through those shins and the tops of the feet. When you look between your thighs, those feet should disappear behind your thighs, okay? So start creating that line. Start stacking the hip on top of that knee. Start stacking the shoulders over the wrists. Now, extend the crown of the head long. Extend the tailbone long. Good. On your next inhale, start to drop the belly. Look up to the sky, extending the crown of the head to reach towards the tailbone. Inhaling deeply through that nose. Feel the belly expand. Exhale, start to round and curl. Tuck the chin into the chest. Squeeze the belly button up to the spine. Pressing up through the palms. Grounding in through the shins behind you. Couple of breaths here. Try not to lock out through the elbows. Imagine pushing your hips towards those elbows. Good. Inhale, drop the belly. Look up to the sky. Good. Start to speed it up a little bit. Exhale, round and curl. Chin into chest. Good. Inhale, drop the belly. Always inhaling as we drop that belly. And then as we move, we exhale to round it out. Really tuck that belly button into the spine. Chin comes tight into the chest. Good. Last round. Drop that belly. Look up. Really extend the crown of the head towards the tip of the tailbone like they're going to one day touch. Then round it out, tucking that belly under, tucking the chin into the chest. Really press into the floor here. Press into the tops of those feet. Good. Come back to that neutral spine, reaching the crown of the head forward, extending that tailbone long. Good. Smile, you guys. Let's have fun with this. Bring the big toes to touch and let the knees go wide. Good. Now sink your hips to your heels. Start to walk those hands out, reaching towards the top of your mat. Now bring the forehead into the mat and let it go for just a moment here. Now, since I'm not in your home, I can't come around and press down on that lower spine to really press those hips down to your heels. So what I want you to do is a manual adjustment here on yourself. Take and press those palms into the mat. Extend that body out long. Use that pressure to push those hips down to those heels a little bit farther and a little bit farther. Now, really bring that belly in between the thighs. Maybe you start to rock that forehead side to side here, massaging through that third eye. Breathing, inhaling deeply, feeling the clothing expand on your back. Exhaling fully, letting everything out of that belly, coming closer into the mat. Good, breathing deep, inhale and exhale fully through that nose. Really working on that breath in and out through the nose. When we start to use that breath in and out through the mouth, we activate our fight or flight within our body. And we're so much trying to calm our minds and calm our bodies here that when we activate that fight or flight, we just want to jump up and run. Let's not do that. Focus on the breath in and out through your nose. Start to deepen that breath a little bit further. Maybe stop the rocking with the forehead here and press through the palms just a little deeper, pushing those hips down towards the heels. Keep those big toes touching. Keep those knees wide. Good. Inhale deeply. Press a little bit harder. Good. Exhale fully. Release everything into the mat. Forehead comes back into the mat. Breathing here for just 2 more breaths. Maybe taking a moment to set an intention for your day, for your class. I know it's late in the day, so maybe just setting an intention. World peace. You know, maybe you want to end world hunger. Maybe you just want to send somebody some love. What does that look like for you? Maybe after your practice, you go down and put it in the comments. Share with me what it is you're grateful for today, what your intention was today. Good. On your next inhale, shift the body weight forward. Press through the big toes and shift your body weight forward. Good. Move those knees underneath the hip points. Curl onto the toes and lift those hips. Our first downward facing dog of our practice today. Start to pedal it out here, bending through the knees, shifting through the feet. Really feel the stretch through the soles of the feet here. And then start to think about the foundation of your downward dog, okay? Press the palms, spread those fingertips wide, really pressing into the mounds of the fingers here, right there in the palms. Think about that space between your thumb and your forefinger, that little soft spot. Imagine energy pressing up and out through there. Extend the arms long, micro bend in those elbows, guys. Don't lock out through the elbows and knees. Now, rotate your upper arm bones up and out, drawing the shoulders back and down your body and melting the chest towards your thighs. Let the head hang heavy here. Now, imagine spiraling your inner thighs in towards one another. This is going to lift your hips up towards the sky a little higher and extend your heels towards the mat. They'll get there. If they're not there already, don't even stress about that. It's not about where you're going. It's about where you are right now. Honor this space. Good. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, swing it all the way up and through and bring it behind the right wrist. Okay, so it's a little wider than going in between the hands. Now, shift the body weight forward, lift that left leg for a brief moment, and then drop it down behind the left wrist. Good. Start to bend through the knees, and before you get all the way down there, turn the toes out. Maybe walk them out. We're moving into a little squat here. So sink it down low. Now, let me show you what this looks like from the front. Now, maybe your toes are spilling out over the edge of the mat. But you want to sink those hips down low and then start to walk the elbows towards those inner thighs, bringing the palms together at the heart. And then you're using those elbows to really push through those knees, pressing them away. Good. You might be up on your heels lifted here. That's okay. Start to work yourself down so you can really come into that seated position with those soles of the feet flat into the mat. Maybe you need to walk those feet out or in a little bit. Find your spot where it feels good. We're going to take a couple of breaths here. Good. Really bringing the hands together in prayer. Really pressing against them. Using that pressure to press against those inner thighs. Good. Smile. You guys are doing great. Keep breathing. One more breath. Inhale. Lift up through that torso. Really let that heart shine. Good. Exhale. Drop those hands down in front. Lift up through the hips and rotate the toes in so they're parallel. You still have a wide distance between the feet here. Let the head hang heavy. Uttanasana. Forward fold. Good job, you guys. Now, place the palms into the mat. You can bend through the knees as much as you need here to get those palms into the mat. Then start to straighten up through the legs and shake the head no. Good. Now, nod a yes. Always making sure to end on a positive note, okay, guys? Good. Heel toe those feet together, really, really together. Zip up through the legs. Ground down through all four corners of those feet and start to trace a line up the front of your legs. Stacking one vertebrae at a time. Shoulders come back and down and away. Lift up through the heart, reach to the sky. Tuck through the tailbone. Exhale, cactus the arms, let it go. Good. Inhale, reach on up. Exhale, back bend once more. Cactus the arms. Keep that tailbone tucked. Let it go. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, draw the hands to heart center. Smile. Hands come down to come up. Reach for the sky. Exhale, swan dive forward. Press the sides of the room away with your hands and fold forward with a long spine. Bringing the crown of the head towards the mat. Bringing the hands into the mat. Good. We're back in that forward fold. Breathe. Inhale. Exhales allow us to get a little farther forward into that fold. Imagine tucking the belly up and underneath that rib cage and getting yourself even closer to those foreheads to shins. Your forehead to your shins. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Bend through the knees. Step the right foot back. Finding ourselves in that long lunge. I want you to seesaw back and forth. Think about sinking down through those hips. Thinking about squaring up the hips. So imagine you have a block in between your legs and you're squeezing it together. Notice how my right hip pulls forward? That's what's supposed to happen. Draw the right hip forward and the left hip back. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Look forward. Lift up through those fingers. Activate that core. Good. Hands come into the mat. Step the left foot back. Find ourselves in plank. Good. Shift that body weight forward, moving through your chaturanga flow. Now you can drop down to the knees at any time here. Always feel free to modify. Shift the body weight forward. Come down halfway, biceps into the body, and then we push up. Shift the body weight even farther forward. Come down all the way up and through. Maybe you come into your little baby cobra, pressing through the tops of the feet, lifting through the palms, making sure the back is doing the work. Lift that chest. Lift it a little bit higher. Good. You might be in upward facing dog here, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Pressing through the tops of the feet. Don't sink in through the shoulders here. Lift up. Press up. Good. Everybody roll over those knees or over those toes. Bring it back. Downward facing dog. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. 3 breaths here. Thinking about that foundation. Spread those fingers wide. Rotate the eyes of the elbows towards the front of your mat. Rotate the inner thighs in towards one another. Good. Let that head hang heavy. Draw the shoulders back and down. Melt that chest towards the thighs. Inhale, reach that right leg up. Exhale, shift that body weight over those left toes. Bring that right knee all the way up towards the nose. Hold. And then drop it in. Long lunge. Now, if you struggle to get that leg up on that long lunge, I want you to start with your knee down here on the back side. Swing that leg up and through. Bring it in between the hands. Then you can curl back onto that foot. We're all back in that long lunge, see? There's always ways to modify, guys. Don't ever judge yourself for where you're at. Extend out through that left heel, sink down through the hips. Bring a nice, even line here between this right thigh and the mat below. Try and make sure that the right knee doesn't pass the right ankle. Good. Press the left palm into the mat next to that right arch. Reach the right arm up to the sky. Smile. Good. Maybe you peek up at that right thumb. Good. Look back forward. Good. Drop that right hand down. Frame that foot. Shift the body weight forward. Standing splits for just a moment with that left leg lifting. And then drop it down. Forward fold. Letting it hang heavy here, guys. Breathe. Grab opposite elbows here, allowing the body weight to pull you down. And rock it side to side. Release any tension you might be feeling. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Let your eyeballs hang heavy. Good. Stop in the center. Release the hands into the mat. Slowly start to rise up, tracing one vertebrae, or stacking one vertebrae at a time and tracing that line up the front of your legs. Shoulders come back and down. Head is last to rise, and then we reach for the sky. Exhale, cactus the arms, tuck the tailbone, let it go. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, let's swan dive. We're going to do the other side. Come back down into that forward fold. Good. Let it hang heavy for just a moment. Think about tucking that belly button up and underneath the spine each time you exhale. Good. Maybe you want to shake the head no and nod it yes here for one more moment. Don't lock out through the knees. Keep a micro bend if your legs are straight. Good. Stop the rocking. Bend through the knees. Left foot back. Find yourself in that long lunge. Seesaw here once again. Shifting the body weight back and forth. Thinking about that block, that imaginary block that we're squeezing in between our thighs. So you should be able to lift your hands here off the mat to really note that you're using that core, okay? Squeeze those thighs together. Right hip comes back. Left hip comes forward. Squeeze. Good. Place the palms into the mat. Shift that right leg back to meet the left. Find yourself moving through that vinyasa flow. Moving, shifting that body weight forward, coming down halfway, then pushing up. Then come all the way down, rolling over the toes, moving into Urdhva Mukha, Svanasana, upward facing dog. Good. Breathing here for just a moment, and then exhaling, shifting back over those toes. We find ourselves in downward dog. Shake the head no. Nod it yes. Say something nice to yourself, guys. I want you to mean it. Say something nice to yourself and mean it. Good. Inhale deeply. Exhale, open the mouth, let it go. Good job. Inhale, lift that left leg up. Exhale, shift that body weight all the way up and through, dropping to that right knee if you need here, and then bringing that left leg all the way up in between the hands. Everybody returns to that right toe. We're stretching it out here, squeezing those inner thighs together, imagining that block. Place your right hand into the mat next to the left arch and reach the left arm up to the sky. Open up. Extend the crown of the head towards the front of your mat. Still thinking about squaring up through the hips here. Spread your fingers wide. Gather up some of that energy as you drop that left hand down. Shift the body weight forward. We momentarily go into that standing splits. Right leg lifts. Drop it down. Uttanasana. Forward fold. Good job, guys. Let it hang heavy. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Really fold over that belly. Good. Slowly start to rise up. Trace that line at the front of your legs. Stack one vertebrae at a time. Shoulders and then head are last to rise. We reach those arms up to the sky. Keep the tailbone tucked as you exhale. Let it go. Good. Inhale, reach up. This time I want you to grab a hold of that right wrist with your left hand. Okay? Turn the right wrist, the right palm face up towards the sky. Now, think about drawing your pinkies back towards your back body, reaching them behind you. really extending behind you. This is going to lift up that pelvic floor, lift up that current of energy up the front body. Good. Reach up to the sky, shift those hips to the right, and start to pull that right arm over your right ear. Good job, you guys. Looking up to the corner of the room, the left corner of the room, wherever you are. Think about bringing the right arm back and the left arm under. Smiling. You should feel this stretch from this right pinky all the way down the outside of the right side of your body, down through the right hip, and into the nice edge of that right foot. Keep breathing. Smiling. Inhale, come up just a little bit. Exhale, stretch to the sky. And then shift that body weight. Imagine rounding over a beach ball on this left side. We don't want to dig into that left side. We want to round over that imaginary ball. Good, you guys are doing great. Inhale. Exhale, come on out. Let it go with a back bend. Good. Inhale, reach up. We're going to work on the other side. Grab a hold of that left wrist. Left palm goes up to the sky. Now grab a hold and start to draw those pinkies back behind you. Tuck that tailbone, squeeze and lift those hip points. Keep a micro bend in the knees. Lift up from that pelvic floor. Shift the weight to the left and draw the left ear over. Draw the left shoulder over the left ear. Good. Looking up at the right-hand corner of your room now. Smile. Breathe. Really feeling that stretch from the left pinky all the way on the outside edge of that body. You should feel it grounding into the nice edge of that left foot. Lift up and out, and then come down a little farther. Think about rounding over that beach ball. Don't sink into your right side. Good. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, pull it to your edge. Good. Shift that body weight back up. Exhale, let it go. Slight back bend. Good job. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Smile. You guys are doing great. Close your eyes. Listen to my voice. Inhale deeply. Pause. Hold your breath. Smile. Open your mouth. Exhale, let it go. Good. Two more. Inhale. Really fill that belly up with air. In through the nose. Hold. Pause. Pause. Open the mouth, smile, exhale, let it go. Last time, keep those eyes closed, press into the palms, inhale. Smile, open the mouth, exhale, let it go. Good job, guys. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive forward. We're at the top of our mat in Uttanasana, forward fold. Good, letting it hang heavy for just a moment here. Breathe. Good. Inhale, slowly start to rise up in your way. Head is always last to rise no matter what. Tuck that tailbone, cactus the arms, let it go. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, let's swan dive forward. Come on down. Hands frame the feet. Right foot comes back. Good. Seesaw for just a moment. And then really find stability here. Drop that right knee down. Release through the right toes. Bringing that right shin flat to the mat. Pressing through the big toe mound on the left foot. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Crescent lunge. Squeeze those inner thighs. Imagine squeezing that block together. Tuck the shoulders back and down and away. Good. Nice work, you guys. Moving towards Deva Namaskar here on this female-dominated side. Good. Tuck the chin into the chest. Squeeze the belly button into the spine and begin to round and curl. Forehead comes into the knee, chin comes into the chest. We're actually on our male-dominated side here. I started on our left side, but that's okay. It happens sometimes. Keep reaching those hands out in prayer. Maybe you want to frame the foot here for stability. What we're doing here is we're honoring the gods on this left side, on our male-dominated side. So really think about inhaling and lifting up from that pelvic floor. Think about creating that choking sensation in your throat as you tuck the chin into the chest. And really round that forehead into the knee. We're rinsing out that thyroid by creating that choking sensation. And the pituitary gland is being pressed into here on that third eye, really rinsing everything out. Squeeze those inner thighs together once more. Inhale, draw the hands together in prayer. Keep the biceps by the ears as you round yourself up, yielding that sword. Good. Windmill those hands down, frame that foot. Come on to those back toes. Shift that left foot back. Find yourself in plank. Moving down to the knees at any time if you need here. Move through that vinyasa flow. Or just coming straight into downward dog. Choose your own adventure, guys. We pedal it out here for just a moment in downward dog. Breathe. Good. Inhale, lift that left leg up. Exhale. Swing it all the way up and through. Left knee, left elbow. Exhale, shift it back. Inhale, left knee, right elbow. Hold. Exhale, shift it back. Good. Drop that left foot down. Pedal it out. Good. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, shift it all the way up and through. Drop it in. Find yourself in that long lunge. Square up through the hips. Right hip back. Left hip forward. Good. Bring the hands to the hips. Drop that left knee down and peel the body up. Now, release through that toe if you have it curled still like I did. Start to ground in through that left shin behind you. Good. Grounding in through the big toe mound on this right foot. Inhale, reach those arms to the sky. Good. You guys are doing great. Hold here. Then draw those hands together in prayer. Tuck the chin into the chest. Imagine that block in between the thighs once more. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Really tucking up through that Kegel muscle. Round and curl. Chin comes into the chest, forehead into the knee. Framing through the foot here for stability if you need. Remember, we're working on pressing that third eye into the knee to create that pituitary gland, that flush of the pituitary gland. The choking sensation that you might be feeling, embrace that. It's supposed to be there. You're actually rinsing out your thyroid there. Breathe. Grounding down through that shin behind you. Inhale, bring the hands together in prayer at the biceps. Hold, hold, and inhale, sweep that sword up. Good. Windmill those hands down, frame that foot, curl onto those toes, shift it back. Move through that vinyasa flow, or maybe in downward facing dog. Good job, you guys. Inhale, drop down to the knees. Bring all those legs together, release through the toes. Sink the hips to the heels. Round it out, child's pose. Forehead comes into the mat. Reach those arms behind you. Good. Really allow those shoulders to round over the knees and bring that forehead into the mat. Good. You guys are doing great. 2 more breaths. Inhaling deeply. Exhale fully. We're about halfway through this class. You guys are doing so great. I am so proud of you all for keeping up with your practice here at home, taking the opportunity anytime you can to watch these videos and watch any other videos that you're taking into account right now. So, self-care is super important right now. So keep up the good work, you guys. Good. Slowly start to rise up. Come into a seated position here. Sitting hips to heels. Good. Inhale, reach those arms to the sky. Exhale, slide back bend. Tuck that belly button. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, shift that body weight forward. Curl onto the toes. Lift the hips. Downward dog. Good job, you guys. Inhale, reach that right leg up. Exhale, shift it all the way up and through. Coming into that long lunge for just a moment. Then we shift forward onto that right leg. Left leg lifts, standing splits. Now, don't open up here. Drop the left hip down. Square it up. Now, drop it down to meet the right Uttanasana. Forward fold. Letting everything hang heavy for just a moment. Micro bend in those knees if the legs are straight. Good. Slowly start to rise up. Stacking 1 vertebrae at a time. Shoulders come back and down and away we reach. Those arms up to the sky. Keep the tailbone tucked as you exhale. Let it go. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Good. Rotate towards the long side of your mat. Step it out. Right leg comes towards the back of the mat. We begin to open up through the hips here. Now, reach your arms out beside you, like airplane wings. Look down below your wrists and make sure that your ankles are in alignment, okay? Those ankles should be right underneath the wrist. Now, turn your big toes in, bring your hands to your hips. Keeping a micro bend in the knees, okay? That's gonna help you lift up from the arches of the feet, lift up from the soles of the feet. Good, smile. Little hero pose here. Do you feel strong like a superhero? You should. Good, smile. Think about hinging at the hips. Come down halfway. Extend the crown of the head forward. Look down at the front of your mat, or at the side of your mat, I guess it is. Good, bring the hands into the mat and fold it down. Grab a hold of the knife's edge of your feet here, and exhale, start to fold it a little deeper. Good, bending the elbows out towards the sides of the room, keeping the micro bend in the knees. Good, now release the hands. Listen carefully, we're not coming up. Reach both hands up and overhead and interlace your fingers just above your spine, just above your tailbone. Start to draw the fists together and extend out through the arms, extending those fists up towards the ceiling. Good, start opening up through those shoulders. Maybe you want to start dropping those fists down towards the back of your mat. You'll feel it. Gravity will pull them that direction. It's okay for them to go there. Think about keeping your fists, your palms together. Good. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. Gently release. Let it go. Good. Inhale, half lift. Come up halfway, hands to the hips. Good. Exhale, fold it down just a little bit farther. Good, keep that micro bend in the knees, hands come back to the hips, peel that body up, come up with that flat spine. Nice work, you guys. Step the left foot back to meet the right. And then rotate back on your mat to face the top of your mat. Good, I need to fix myself here. You guys can do that. Grab a sip of water if you need, towel off. Otherwise, we're gonna meet with our heels and toes touching at the back of the mat. We're moving into Dandayamana Dhanurasana, so standing bow pulling pose. So hence the opening of the shoulders, the opening of the hips. Good. When you're back to your mat, inhale, reach up to the sky, tuck the tailbone, exhale, slight back bend. Good. Inhale, reach up. Keep the palms together, draw the palms together and release just the thumbs. Good. Step it forward. Right leg comes forward first. Always try and start with the right side of your body. Heel comes into the mat, and then we're going to start to round through the foot, grounding through all four corners of that foot, and begin shifting the weight onto the right leg. Now, keep a micro bend in that right knee, you guys. It's going to help you lift from that pelvic floor. Tap your left toe. Now, while we're here trying to find that balance, look out in front of you and find a gaze just below your normal eye gaze level, right out in front. That drishti gaze. Draw your thumbs back behind you. Good. We're going to start to open up here. So trace a line down the inside of your right arm with that left hand, and then across the chest with those left fingertips, and then reach that left arm back behind you. Good. Maybe you want to kick up here and grab a hold of the inside arch of that left foot. Standing on that right leg, lifting from the pelvic floor. Squeeze those legs together. Keep reaching that arm up to the sky. Keep that drishti gaze. Now, if you want to play, maybe you drop this right arm in line with your shoulder. Don't bend through the torso here, guys. Keep the torso lifted. Good, now start to kick into your left hand. The toes are going to start to come up towards the sky, one day growing out of the top of your head. Good, holding here. If you fall out, get back in. Good, keep kicking into that hand for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release, try not to slingshot. Bring that left foot to meet the right, hands come together at heart center. Close your eyes. Try not to fidget, feel the gentle sway of your body. Come back to your breath. Maybe you struggled with this, that's okay. Remember that our body is like an old married couple. Sometimes they don't get along, sometimes they don't cooperate and do the same thing. So just just imagine success on this other side. Maybe picture yourself completing the pose, completing the posture. Good. Inhale deeply. Exhale, drop the shoulders back and down. Release any tension in your face. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Let your eyeballs hang heavy. Eyes are still closed. Good. Smile, open the eyes. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, tuck that tailbone, slight back bend. Good. Inhale, reach up. Now keep the hands above your head and step it back to the back of your mat where you started last time. Ground down through the feet. Stack up through the legs here. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Tuck the shoulders back and down. Interlace the thumbs, bring the palms together. Good. Smile. Find that drishti gaze out in front. And then step it forward with the left foot, starting with the left heel and grounding through the foot, rounding through the foot, and then finding all four corners of that foot on the mat. Right toe should be tapping now. Good. Find your balance, squeeze, and lift. And then start to trace that line down the inside of that left arm with the right fingertips across the chest, and then begin reaching that right arm towards the back of your mat. Really opening up through the shoulder here. That's going to be what helps lift and guide you. Keep extending that left arm long, and then kick up. Grab a hold of the inside arch of your right foot, and then zip up through the legs, bringing those legs together really tight together. Good. Maybe you stay right here trying to find that balance. That's okay. Find that unwavering point out in front. That drishti gaze that's going to prevent you from moving. Now tuck up through your core. There's a micro bend in this left leg still. If you came to play, drop the left arm down in line with the left shoulder. Keep your torso lifted high. Keep the crown of the head extended towards the ceiling. And then start to kick into your right hand. Dandayamana Dhanurasana, standing bow pulling pose. Good job, you guys. Keep finding that drishti gaze. Keep kicking into that hand. Keep opening up through that shoulder. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and try not to slingshot on the 1. Start to bring it all in. Release the right foot down to meet the left. Hands together at heart center. Elbows out to the sides of the room. Shoulders back and down. Close your eyes. Breathe deep. Honor your body, wherever it is today, wherever it went. If you fell out, great. That just means you're human. Hopefully you chose to get back in. That's the yogi in us. Good. Inhale, reach those arms up to the sky. Open the eyes. Exhale, let it go. Back bend. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands back through heart center. And this time we fold it all the way down. Good. Come all the way down. Release the hands. Walk the hands out. Walk the feet out. Come into your plank. Shift the body weight forward. Good. Eye gaze is in between the thumbs. Now make sure you have enough room here with those shoulders. Sometimes we don't really know that distance. So really try and imagine where your shoulders are and bring those palms in alignment. Now, hips and heels are extended long. Squeezing that tailbone down and squeezing the belly button up to reach the spine. Good, we're just holding here, guys. Just breathing, activating that core, turning to some fire on. Good, if you want a little bit more, remember that plane. Stay parallel to your mat and shift your hips from side to side. Left, move slowly. The slower you move, the harder it is. And the right, just moving the hips, guys. Good, feel the body shake. 3 more times on each side. Where you're just holding. Squeezing those heels back. Last set. Good. Release the knees down. Release through the toes. Sink the hips to the heels. Bring the forehead to the mat and round the shoulders over the knees. Child's pose. Good job, you guys. We have one last standing pose. And then we're going to move down to the mat. Good. Taking another breath here. This is another opportunity to grab a sip of water and towel off. Come back to your breath, guys. In and out through that nose. Good. Release any tension in your face. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Release that heaviness in the eyeballs. Good. Maybe even turn the corners of your mouth up just a little bit. Give me another smile. Feel it from within. Good job, you guys. Slowly start to roll it up. Stack those hips over the knees. Excuse me. Stack the head over the heart and the heart over the pelvis. See what happens when I close my eyes, guys? I tell you this every time. Good. Now shift that body weight forward. Curl onto your toes. Let's make sure that our knees are hips distance apart first. Now you can take your fists and line them up side by side and place them in between those knees. That's going to be your hips distance. Then gather up those knees around that, okay? Now shift it forward, curl onto the toes. Now, my toes, my little toes, don't get in the mix sometimes. So sometimes you got to take your hands and sweep those toes into the mix, okay? Good. Now start to lift up through the hips. Just one round of this camel pose here, guys. Good. Now, all I want you to do here is take your hands and place a fist right there in your middle spine, okay? Right there where your back's going to start to bend when we shift those hips forward, okay? If the fist is a little too intense on your lower spine, maybe you take the palm and place it fingers down right there, okay? Inhale. Feel that current of energy. Lift up through the front side body. Eye gaze is forward. Chin is parallel to the mat. Good. Inhale. Start to lift that chest. Start to draw a line with your nose up the front of your wall towards the ceiling. And then start to drop the head back and down. Supporting that spine. Just breathe. Really squeezing in from that pelvic floor. Imagine you're squeezing a block between your legs. Holding here for 3. For 2. On the 1, we start to draw that line across the ceiling with our nose. Coming down that front wall. And release those hands. Shake it out. Good job, you guys. Shift that body weight forward. Come onto the toes. Lift the hips. Downward dog. Shake the head no. Release that tension, nod it yes. Always ending on that positive note. Good. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, shift it to the center of your mat and drop it down. Good. Left leg lifts, standing splits for just a moment, and then bring it in. Uttanasana in the middle of our mat. Good. Inhale, start to rise up. Trace that line up the front of those legs, stacking 1 vertebrae at a time, shoulders back and down. Turn towards the side of your mat. So you have a lot of space here, a lot of room to move. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, tuck that tailbone, let it go. Gonna move into our tree posture, our Virabhadrasana. No, that's not right, is it? Whatever. We're moving into tree pose, guys. I'm totally hot yoga high right now. My room is nice and warm in here. As you can tell, I'm dripping sweat. So I'm getting a nice workout today. I hope you guys are too. So let's kick those right toes out. Keep a micro bend in that left knee. Rotate that right knee towards the outside of your mat, towards the top or bottom of your mat, depending on how you moved. And then start to trace that line. Come on in. Vrikshasana is tree pose. I got it. I knew I figured it out if I let my brain unfog for just a moment. Good. Now you have those toes kickstanding right here at the ankle. The most important part of this first movement is making sure that this right leg is really pointed out towards the right side. Good. We're opening up through that hip. Feel your hip points turn and lift. Lifting up from that pelvic floor. Lifting up from your Uddiyana Bandha. Breathe. That Mula Bandha, that Jalandhara Bandha, they're all vibrating here, creating this nice fluid energy. Good. Exhale, kick those toes out and draw them in. We're going to do another round, so don't worry if you didn't go up into it. Ground down through the feet. Good. Inhale. Feel that current of energy. Lift that front side body. Good. Hands together in prayer. Draw that energy down the back side body. Grounding down. Kick out through those left toes. Micro bend in this right knee, guys. Start to trace that line. Come on in with those left toes. Make a little kickstand with the toes, and then work to open up this inner thigh. Move that left knee towards the top of your mat or bottom of your mat, depending on which way you went. Good. Smile. You guys are doing great. Lift up, open up. Good, exhale, kick it out. Draw it back in. Now, we're gonna move into our fullest expression. If you struggled that last time with really finding your balance, go ahead and move back there. It's okay. Honor yourself wherever you are in your practice today, okay guys? Good, kick those right toes out and start to draw them in. Create that little kickstand, or maybe you move up to the shin, up to the calf area. Never place it on the knee, guys. I don't want you to hyperextend or blow out the knee. If you want to go a little farther, maybe you give it the assist and pull it all the way up into that groin area. Boys, watch yourself. Try not to squeeze it up there too far and hurt yourself. Everybody's going to work to press the sole of the foot into the inside of that left thigh. Use that left thigh to press back on the sole of the foot. Feel how it opens up that thigh. Good. Once you find your balance, grow your tree. Open those limbs. Sway in the wind. Good job, you guys. Nice work. If you're really brave today, maybe you reach down and grab for the big toe with the peace sign fingers and that thumb. Interlace inside of that big toe and then kick it out. Hasta Parangustasana. Good. Bring it back in. Everybody bring the hands to heart center. Slowly, slowly, slowly release. Try not to slingshot. Good. Ground in through those feet. Let's move on to that other side. Zip up through those legs. Micro bend in that right knee as you kick the left toes out. Good. Start to draw that line, trace that line. Come on in. Create that little kickstand. Open up. Maybe you bring it up to the calf. Holding here. Pressing through that inner calf. Pressing through the sole of the foot. Maybe you give it the assist and bring it all the way up. Choose your own adventure, guys. I'm a little more rocky on this side today than I was on the other side. That's okay, it happens. I'm really pressing the sole of my foot into that inner thigh. Now grow your tree once you find that balance, guys. Now, even if you're struggling and you're holding on to this foot here, grow that other limb. It's okay. Sway in the wind. Nice work, you guys. Maybe you want to reach down and grab for that toe like you did on the other side. Hasta Parangustasana. Whoop. I might not get out there today with that leg, and that's okay. Try and move with grace, guys. If you fall out, get back in. Last couple of breaths here. Honor your body, honor your space. Good. Gently, slowly, begin to release. Let it go. Zip up through those legs. Tuck through that tailbone. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, let it go. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Now lift up from that spine. Really stack head over heart and heart over pelvis. Breathe. Smile. Bow your head. Don't bow your body, just your head. And give thanks for your standing flow as we move down to the floor. Smile. Send yourself some love. Say something else nice to yourself and mean it. Good. Keep that smile on your face. Open your eyes back up and come down to your mat. Let's start on our belly. Extend those legs long. Bring the right ear into the mat and let it go. Walk those arms out beside you like airplane wings. Good, just breathe. Good. Now we're just going to work into a little shoulder stretch here. So keep your body grounded. Zip up through the legs, really press down into the hips. Really start to walk those fingers out. Keep walking them out like you're stretching your shoulders apart. Then ground in through the right palm. Your right ear should be in the mat here. Press into that right palm. And now start to froggy finger your left hand until it comes in front of your face. About 2 to 3 inches out in front of that nose. And then that left elbow is going to start to extend up towards the ceiling. Maybe use that froggy finger and begin to press. Using that left hand to press that left shoulder open. Now, this might be enough for you guys. Keep that right ear grounded into the mat. Keep pressing here. This is going to open up that shoulder. Maybe you need a little bit more and you start to rock onto the right hip. Stack the left hip on top of the right and begin to point through the toes. Now, if you feel any sort of stabbing sensation in your right arm or inside of your right ear or anything like that, you need to come out. You've gone a little too far for your body today. Otherwise, we're stacking the left hip on top of the right and we're pressing into the left palm to extend the left shoulder up to the sky. You should feel a nice stretch from the right ear down to the right shoulder. We're going to start working into that right shoulder blade. If you're already feeling it, stay right here. If you need a little bit more, you can bend the left knee and draw the sole of the foot behind the right thigh, beginning to use that left leg to open up. Left hand is still planted, right ear is still into the mat. Now you guys, I'm not going to instruct any further because this is an online class. I don't want anybody to get injured. But if you're in this spot right now and you have the sole of that left foot into the mat and the left knee is up and you're feeling any sort of stabbing sensation, you need to come out. You need to roll yourself out. I don't want anybody to get injured here in their home practice. That's the worst thing, is to get injured. Good. Breathing in, feeling this deep stretch. Good. If that left knee is up, start to straighten up through the left leg, stack it on top of the right. We're still stacked on that right hip. Maybe we want to rock it side to side just a little bit, feeling a nice massage through the right hip. Good. Keep pressing through the left palm, and with control, start to use that left palm as you roll back onto your belly. Slowly, slowly, slowly. And now bring your left ear into the mat. Extend that left arm long. Good. Now start to walk those fingertips out. Start to really square up through the hips. Ground down through the hips. Zip up through the legs. Keep walking those fingertips out like you're going to stretch your shoulders apart. Good. Now ground that left palm into the mat. Left ear is into the mat, and we start to froggy finger the hand, the right hand towards the face. Bring it about 2 to 3 inches out in front of your face. Keep the left ear into the mat. Keep pressing through those right fingertips and start extending the right shoulder up to the sky. Use this palm to open up. Good. This might be enough for you guys. If so, stay right here. Keep grounding that left ear into the mat. Keep pressing that left palm into the mat. Good. If you want a little bit more, maybe use the right hand and start to roll onto your left side. Stack the right hip on top of the left. Extend those toes long. Point through the toes here. Good. Now, this might be enough for you. You might even feel a stabbing sensation, which we do not want. If you're feeling any stabbing, roll back onto that belly and just use that right hand to press up through that elbow. Good. You guys are doing great. If you need a little bit more here, if you're not quite feeling the stretch in the shoulder, maybe you bend the right knee. Draw the sole of the right foot behind the left thigh. Good, you guys. Breathe. Pressing through the left palm. You should feel a nice stretch here. Down from the left ear into the top of the left shoulder and around that shoulder girdle. Good. Breathe. Good. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Release that right leg out. Stack it on top of the left. Start to roll it back onto your belly. Slow and controlled. Extend the right arm out long. Draw the chin into the mat. Inhale deeply. Exhale, let everything out through the mouth. Good. Roll onto your right side. Ladies, if any of you are pregnant, please feel free to roll onto the left side or just come straight up into a seated position. Otherwise, we're coming into this fetal position, coming onto your side, grabbing a hold of the legs. Use that right arm as a pillow for your right ear. And then give yourself some love. Maybe you want to massage the feet for a moment. Maybe massage those calves. Maybe you want to just rub the hair behind your ear. Just loving on yourself here, guys. Enjoy this time with you. Just let it go. Good. And when you're ready, I want you to take the left palm or the opposite palm, press it into the mat, and start to come up into that seated position. Little crisscross applesauce to start here. So really stack up through the head and heart. Stack them over that pelvic floor. Good. You might even take that flesh from underneath the booty and move it out of the way there so you can ground those sits bones really into the mat. Good. Bring your chin parallel to the mat and smile. Palms face up on your lap. Good. Nice job, you guys. Inhale, swing those arms up and overhead. Start to imagine you're climbing a ladder with those arms. Reach, reach, reach. Feel your side body begin to open up. Oh, maybe even look up to the sky. Imagine what you're climbing to. Imagine pulling that energy, opening up through the side body. Look forward, drop those hands down beside you. Good job, you guys. Nice work. Now we're going to stretch through the neck just a little bit. I know that we're all doing a lot of phone stuff and looking down, so we really want to do some neck health here. Really open up that neck a little bit more. So I want you to drop your chin into your chest. Now keep lengthening through the spine here. Don't tuck and roll into your chest here. Lift up from that pelvic floor and then just tuck at the chin. Just feeling a nice stretch, a nice bow through that neck here. And holding here for just a moment. Don't press, don't push, don't really kink into it. Just allow the head to drop. Good, keep breathing. Keep that breath. Still using that exhale to tuck that belly up and underneath the rib cage. Good. Feel the weight grounding into the thighs, pressing those hips down to the floor. Good. 2 more breaths, maybe dropping that chin into the chest just a little bit farther. Good. Inhale, draw that eye gaze up. Bring the chin parallel with the mat below. Good. Inhale, reach your right arm all the way up to the sky. Once again, reaching for whatever it was you were reaching for. Now, place a bend into your left arm and start to bring that left elbow into your side body and then begin rounding the right shoulder over the right ear. Now, don't drop your neck here. Keep the head long. Extend the crown of the head to reach up for those right fingertips. Opening up here, maybe you drop it down a little farther. I want you to feel the stretch down the side body. Good. Inhale, reach up. Left arm comes up to meet. Good. Drop the right arm down right by your side. Keep extending that arm up long. Reaching, reaching, reaching with that left hand. Really extend through the left side body. Feel your left side body open up. Good. Smile. Bend the right arm, dropping that left arm over the left ear. Really reaching over. Think about drawing your left shoulder back and opening up through the chest. Don't drop through the head. Extend the crown of the head long. Good. Breathe. Might be shallow sips of air here. That's okay. Maybe you bend through that elbow a little farther. Good. Inhale. Come on up. Both hands reach up. Slight back bend. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Reach up. Exhale. Hands come down. Heart center. Bring them into prayer. Good. Once again, lifting up through that sternum. Stack your head over your heart and your heart over your pelvis. You might even need to lean back just a little bit to really feel that stacking go on. Good. Smile again. Now close your eyes. We're on our last few beats here of this practice. Good. Maybe you drop that chin into the chest once more, feeling that nice reverent bow. Breathing deep, inhaling and exhaling through that nose. Good. Last opportunity to say something nice to yourself and mean it. Good. Turn the corners of your mouth up. Smile. Open your eyes. Look up. Awesome, guys. Think about your hands here at your heart. Now here in our chakra system, there's a nice green light right here. Imagine it just dancing around in between your palms, spreading out into the universe. Inhale deeply through your nose. Good. Exhale fully. Keep that smile. Close the eyes once more as you say to yourself here, I feel the truth in my heart. Good. Press through those palms, press the sides of the room away. Keep the length in your spine. Imagine grounding down through that root chakra and how it's pouring that energy up through your crown chakra. Good. Now move your hands up to your lips or maybe even your throat, wherever you feel more comfortable. Good. Up in that place of speaking, here we say to ourselves once again, this time we say, I speak my truth. Good. Deep breath here. Good. Now bring that awareness and bring those hands. Bring the third eye, the thumbs up to the third eye. Begin pressing into the third eye with the thumb tips, bringing the elbows out to the sides of the room. Smile as you say to yourself here, I intuit the truth in my thoughts. Good. Deep breath. And as you exhale, release the hands out. Keep your eyes closed. Starting to center yourself here once again, coming back to that breath in and out through the nose. Just breathe. Now, maybe you take this opportunity to lay back down into Shavasana, ending your practice with a little meditation. Maybe you stay right here in that meditation. Taking a moment to give thanks. Maybe even finding a couple of things you're grateful for. Just putting energy back out there. Gratitude is such a strong energy. We can use it to benefit ourselves and benefit our lives and our mental health and our physical wellness. So be grateful. Good. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. With all of my heart to yours, namaste.